Have you ever been standing on a balcony and you look over and think, what if I jumped right now? I mean, obviously you don't want to and you're not going to, but for a lot of people, the thought is there. Intrusive thoughts is the term that has seemed to submerge from the internet recently. This is usually described as thoughts coming to your mind that you probably shouldn't say out loud in the moment. For example, at a family gathering, if you think, wow, he is so fat, leave some food for the rest of us, but then you actually say it out loud, this is what we call letting our intrusive thoughts win. There may be some scientific reasoning behind why we have these. According to healthline.com, people who reported never being suicidal in their life also said that they had experienced some form of HPP in their life. HPP is the actual term for this, but I prefer intrusive thoughts. It just means high place phenomenon. This website says that college graduates who had studied stuff about the brain stated that whenever you look over a ledge, your brain sends a warning signal, which makes you instinctively jump back before you can even think about it. But when your brain actually processes what you did, sometimes it can get rewired and kind of flip, and your brain can interpret that as you're supposed to do the opposite and actually jump instead of jolt back. And now I know this video is titled something about intrusive thoughts. I don't know exactly because I haven't come up with one, but I want to move on to something else that is quite similar and may have the same explanation or a very similar one. And some of you may have heard of it. It's called morbid curiosity. Even if you have a weak stomach, you probably have experienced this before. And here's some examples of what this means. If there's been a wreck on the side of the road, a natural human reaction is to slow down a little bit and turn just so they can see the damage that happened. But why? No sane human actually gets joy seeing a tragic scene. Another example of this is gore. For those who don't understand what I'm saying, this is the type of videos that you don't find on the surface of the internet, but that's not to say that you can't stumble across these on various websites unintentionally, because for me myself, being an avid user of the internet, I have came across my fair share. And I will say, speaking for myself, it does give a sense of curiosity. Like, let me give another example. You know, the police activity YouTube videos, sometimes I randomly get an urge to like just go on a binge and watch those, but I don't know exactly why, because all I'm seeing is people either getting shot by police or people getting like tackled down. So why do people willingly want to watch these things? The answer may lie in our subconscious. ScienceDirect.com gives just a straightforward explanation, saying that it could just be for natural human stimulation and arousal. I mean, even if you don't want to see graphic things or experience near-death experiences, those both give you an adrenaline rush. Whether it stems from something good or bad, adrenaline is linked to dopamine, which gets released. I don't like using the word release because it doesn't technically get released. It's just whenever you get adrenaline, it mixes things together in your brain that form dopamine, which, as we all know, is nicknamed the reward chemical, which makes you feel good about whatever stemmed from that adrenaline rush. And the bad thing is that adrenaline can come from terrible, intense situations, which can make us addicted to that. So you start to crave whatever is feeding that dopamine addiction, and you keep going back to it. But I think for the most part, I've covered the real reason for most people. Anyway, I could make so many videos explaining why certain things are the way they are and why certain people act how they do. And I plan on doing that because that's something I'm really interested in talking about. I like these deep conversations about pretty basic questions, but once you dig into them, you learn a lot more that you would have never thought about. And since I started this channel, I've learned a lot about so many different things, and I plan on making more videos about history because I'm really into history. But for now, make sure to give this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, or if you have any suggestions of videos similar to this one or similar to other ones you've seen on this channel, make sure to let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next video.